By the way, before we end the show, we should wish a very happy anniversary to Mr. Brad Sturdy and his beautiful wife. Congratulations, my friend.
Yeah, it's amazing. She stayed with me for 31 years. I mean, she's very attractive, but not very smart. So, so
We call you guys rookies for us people who've been married for a longer time.
No,
how
he's
long what's your years? I
33.
forget. I forget how old
33.
you are.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
33.
got married at 50, so that makes sense. Yeah.
yeah. No, Brad's got me. We did 30 in April. So yeah. So Brad's got me. Congratulations. So yeah, you
Thanks.
got coverage, my friend. There's no question. So
Yes.
we all did. Let's just be honest about it.
Yeah. It's fair.
But no, no, it's exciting. It's awesome. She's fantastic. Your girls are beautiful. They're awesome. And congratulations. We're happy for you, my friend. It's very
Thank you.
cool. You didn't invite us to the dinner you made for your
Yeah,
anniversary.
I
But
know.
that's
Sorry.
okay.
Tough commute for you guys. So
Yeah.
I would have made it. I was thinking about it. I had it timed out.
It's pretty good.
Notice he waited till the morning of to say he was fixing her dinner.
Yeah, I know. I would have had to get in the car that moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you little. So anyway, all right. Brad winning all the way around, not just in marriage and life, but also on his picks. 4-0 last week. The Schwam is back, dude. You're doing it.
I don't know. I think September 20th weekend, when I had that bad week and I was only like 2-2 or something, I think I must have had some sort of illness. I don't know what's happened, but since then I'm undefeated, so we're just going with that.
I'm just defeated.
2-2 last week. I got lucky, went 4-0. I don't know how that happened, but we'll move on. So Brian, blind squirrel, finding it out again for this one. All right, fellas, let's get right to it. We've got a lot of games to look at. Let's start with Ohio State at Oregon, the game of the week in college football.
What a fantastic matchup. I think I would have no trouble picking Ohio State if this game was in Columbus. At Oregon is a tough place to play, but I do think the Buckeyes are, I personally think they're the most talented team in college football, and I think they find a way to get this one done on the road in Oregon.
I think the Buckeyes are going to win this as well because that offense is as stacked as any offense in the history of college football. And they've got arguably the best offensive coordinator in the country, Chip Kelly. So I'm going to go with Ohio State in this one.
I'm going to go with a home team. I think Oregon shocks the world. Go Ducks on this one. We'll see if I'm right. Oregon on the upset. Okay, Penn State versus USC. The Trojans out of the rankings after that another shocking loss in Minnesota. I keep feeling like this team is better than what they are, but they keep finding ways to shoot themselves in the foot, and they've lost a couple of games as a result.
Yeah, they have, and I think they've underachieved. They're 3-2, and this is a tough game. Penn State's playing really well. Penn State's defense is they're so good. I like Penn State to win this game, even though it's the first one of these transcontinental games, just like we had with the Ohio State Oregon game. But I like Penn State to win this game. The spread on this one's 5.5, which was interesting to me when you see a number 4 team against an unranked team on the road. Shows that a lot of people think USC has talent, but they haven't lived up to that talent. So I'll go with Penn State.
Yeah, I just think Penn State's got too much, particularly on that nightmarish pass rush. And there are times I'm not certain USC's offensive line knows what they're doing. So I just think this is a Penn State win.
Yeah, I've got to go with that. I do think USC is better than what they've shown. I mean, the turnovers last week against Minnesota, the 3 turnovers against Michigan, they still almost won that game. It came down to 1 play in the end. But I think Penn State takes this one. You're right. That defensive front, once they get going, they're just unbelievable. And by the way, James Franklin, again, hopefully put in some money, donate some of that $10 million you're making every year or whatever it is to build yourself a longer runway at State College. So, yeah, he's complaining about that.
This will be forever known as the runway game.
Exactly. They can name after him.
Runway game.
The James Franklin extended runway.
By the way, your Lion Charter, you're taking the Franklin Runway. Franklin Runway is clear. You're clear for takeoff. All right, to the SEC now. Ole Miss, LSU. Actually, it's funny. This is a pretty good matchup.
It is. You got 9 and 13. LSU, since that loss to USC to start the season, has played really, really well. Ole Miss, had a nice win last week after the tough loss to Kentucky. Here's my problem with this game. I'm going to pick LSU that's who I would pick, but I'm picking Ole Miss for the show because I don't want to cheer for LSU because I don't like Brian Kelly. So there you go.
That has not worked out traditionally for me, but I don't know. I've got to go, to be honest with you. Ole Miss has to pull this out if Lane Kiffin wants to be looked at seriously. He's got to start winning some big games, because you can't go 10-2 and lose the two most important games of the year and expect you're going to make it in the playoff.
Yeah, yeah. I've got to go Ole Miss as well. They're a lot like Penn State. They're that next team up that should make the playoff, but you got to win the games. I think they go on the road and win this one. K-State and Colorado in the Big 12.
Yeah, interesting. I was surprised at this one, the line. Kansas State only a 4-point favorite. And I know Colorado's been pretty good on offense, but when they played a team who I would say is on the level of Kansas State, and that's Nebraska, they got drilled. So that's kind of my thought right here is I got to go with Kansas State to win this game. I just don't think Colorado has the line play to win this one.
Yeah, I totally agree with that assessment. K-State all the way.
Yeah, I can't argue either. Just not a believer in Deion Sanders right now as a coach. I'm just not. And you can, PM me about that. That's fine. Whatever. So we move on. Number 1, Texas at Oklahoma, the Red River rivalry. I'm not going to say fast 10 times.
This is I think this game's probably going to be closer than the spread of 14.5. But I just think Texas has too much for Oklahoma. I don't think Oklahoma has really found what they are. They don't have an identity right now. They don't know whether they're offense or defense. Last year, they were putting up points. This year, it's kind of been hit and miss. But yeah, I'm going with Texas. I think Texas is in a really good place to get this win.
I actually think Texas is going to put a hurting on Oklahoma. I think Texas is going to do a little scoreboard watching, because if Ohio State were to win big, they might be able to leapfrog them to make it up to number 1. And I think Texas does not want that.
Yeah. I got to go with Texas in this. I just think I'm agree with you guys. The personalities, I think them and Ohio State right now are the two just really top teams. And I think they're outstanding. All right, there you go. We'll see how we did. Now we got to run out and go get popcorn and snacks before the game starts. Hopefully you've already got yours in house. I appreciate everybody who stopped by this week, and thanks again for you listening as well. We will see you right back here, same station, same time next week. Enjoy the weekend and enjoy the games.